First thing I want to update you on is the website. The website now is averaging 70 to 90 hits per day. This is winter time. We don't have a lot going on. A couple years ago we had no web presence at all. Now we're averaging 70 to 90 hits per day. That to me is a really good number. I did not expect us to get those kind of numbers when we started the website. Just to give you another example, one of the newest pages that was added back in the fall, we added a trainer directory. That went online around the 1st of October. That trainer directory has had almost 1,500 hits since the 1st of October. Now, probably some of you were going to read about yourself, but I have heard from other trainers that have gotten new owners from that trainer directory. Bill Zent has not, because we listed them alphabetically, so nobody's really working their way down that far. But again, it's showing me that there is some interest out there, and I know Kim gets some phone calls from time to time. Who do you recommend? Well, the MSOA cannot recommend a trainer, but now we have that presence on the website where the trainers are listed with the information you supplied, and obviously with 1,500 hits in about 5 months, that shows that people are going there and checking it out, and hopefully some other of you, that other than the ones I've heard, have gotten some new owners. Qualifying videos continue to be posted on the website every week. We're getting, on average, around 40 hits a week, although we had 1 week recently where the qualifying video had well over 300 hits. And I was told that it was a week that a new ownership group that has about 100-some people in it, that their horse qualified. One good thing, I know that I heard some complaints in the past that when you were in, say, the 7th qualifying race, only the first 4 showed up on the main page, then you had to go sift through the website to find your qualifier. YouTube's rules changed. They now allow longer videos to be posted. So now all the qualifying races do fit into one video, which makes things a lot easier, a lot nicer. That's probably not going to be the case once we get into 2-year-olds where we have 18, 19 qualifiers, but at least now I can put more than 4 in one specific video. Touch on another item that I've been hearing some complaints about, and that deals with the live video of the Meadows races on the Meadows website. I know that I personally have had a lot of trouble the last couple of weeks. It seems to freeze up a lot. I checked with Roberts Communication today. They said that they changed over some software back in January. Now again, I haven't personally had any trouble until the last couple of weeks, but they said they changed some things over in January that could be causing some issues. Last night I know it locked up. I was told that last night they changed something in between a couple of Meadows races. So what they told me to do, and they said pass this number out, pass this information out. Anytime you are online and you have a problem, if you have pens, I'll give you this number. If not, I'll get you this number later. But the number is 603-536-6080. So that's 603-536-6080, and then when you get that, it'll be extension 312, extension 312. That's a direct line in. Anytime the races are on, you can go get that number down and go right into Roberts Communication up in New Hampshire, and they will help you. You can tell them what's going on. They'll check their end to see if there's a problem, and if there's a problem on your end, they'll work you through that. They said, give it the number out. Anybody, as you're having the problem, don't wait and call the next day. Call as you're having the problem so that they can find out what exactly is going on.
Okay, and one thing I want to add to this is we currently have about 350 to 400 email addresses. Please give us your email addresses so that we can include you on our MSOA broadcast. It's how we get things out on a regular basis and an immediate basis. So please call us or give it to me when we leave, your email address, so we can include that. Next on the agenda is the driver trainer retirement. There's been a change this year, as all of you above 55 have found out. The tax laws have changed somewhat, that if you are able to withdraw your funds from the retirement account, that makes it a taxable issue. It's called constructive receipt. Whether you take it out or you don't take it out, still makes you taxable on that amount of money. So what has happened is, and we sent these out, our people sent it out last month, were 1099s for the people that were 55 and above and vested. That is a taxable issue. The board, in empathy for that situation has changed the retirement plan. The retirement plan previously was that if you took your money out after 55, you could not get your money again for 5 years. So with this new tax implication for people, the board has changed the retirement account that you can take all or part out each year. So that, because each year you'll be getting a 1099 for the amount that you have it's been deposited into your account. So that's the big change that we had this year. It's regrettable, but it was unavoidable. We have second opinions on this from major league law firms, and it was unavoidable. So we didn't like it ourselves, but it's something that had to be done. And now that the taxable issue for those first 3 years is out of the way, each year those that are over 55 and vested will get one for the amount that was put in for that year. So the amounts this year will be very similar to what they were last year. We don't have an exact calculation yet because the next item on the agenda is the groom's retirement. We are currently still calculating the amounts of the people that turned in their 1099s and W-2s, because that collective amount of money comes off of the fund before it goes to the driver trainers. Because the remainder, the entire remainder, goes to the drivers and trainers. We don't hold part of it back for anything. We put it all into the account. So like Greg was in my office today, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks we should have it deposited into the with the fund manager, and then they will disperse it into your individual accounts shortly thereafter. So, but the good news is, although we took the 17% haircut from the last year on the Resource Development Fund, the legislators, and because of our good work of our lobbyists, have had a hold harmless provision for the retirement. So we can't go over a cap, but we won't go under it either, because we earn that much each year. So it should be. And like I said, the next item, the groom's retirement, has been completed. There are no more turn-ins for their benefits, and we'll move forward with that. Again, they get 5% of whatever they turn in as 1099 or W-2. We calculate 5% of that, and it comes from the retirement fund from the Pennsylvania Resource Development Fund. And we have already covered the dental insurance. Next is the scholarships. The board has voted again this year to extend scholarships to worthy applicants from the horse racing industry, sons and daughters of grooms, trainers, drivers, or owners that are members of the MSOA, and it will be similar to last year. Also, I've talked to Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith is going to donate his 1,000 again this year in the name of Dr. Barry Betts. So it is the Barry Betts Memorial Scholarship along with the MSOA scholarships. We'll have those announcements out shortly. Last on our agenda is backstretch improvement update. We have had DEP issues with the runoff from the barns, as most of you know, from the 11 barns that are still not sewered, and we have gotten extensions for the barns that remain, and for the barns, the construction of those barns. We've been very fortunate to work with some legislators and some Department of Ag people to put pressure on DEP to extend those, so it has not cost the association or the Backstretch Improvement Fund as much as the DEP wanted to find the fund. But obviously the weather hasn't been conducive to construction. We're looking now at hopefully completion and opening of those barns on April 15th, or in that right in that range. We're expecting they're going to be wonderful barns when we get them open, and we hope to not impact horsemen any more than we already have by moving as little as possible. So that's where we're at with that. And if you have any questions on the backstretch improvement. Okay.